And like I said, I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets for doing any of this stuff. I mean, if someone sat me down and really hammered me and brought up specifics, maybe I would have a couple of regrets. I do have regrets about the Terry Clifford Jocktober thing, which is brought up during the latest episode of the Opieradio podcast, as I talked to Billy DeTore, Brother Weeze's longtime producer up there in Rochester. I have some regrets about that because Weeze was really bummed out and disappointed. And the reason why that's important to me, Weeze never spoke up about my shenanigans. Never. That was the only time. And he was trying to tell me she's a really good lady and she does a lot for the community and blah, blah, blah. So maybe if Weeze never said all that, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have regrets. I have no idea, but I absolutely do because I respect Weeze. And if he says something like that, then, it pulled on my heartstrings. I'm sure other people that were associated with the old show would be like, F it, but not me. All right. Yeah, but those Jocktober bits were really, really funny, Paul Spinella says. Yeah, I know. I think the Jocktober thing was absolutely legendary. It went to some very dark, evil places. But see, I'll tell you something, and I said it a long, long time ago. We gave the listeners of the Opie and Anthony show incredible power. Incredible power. They were originally called the Pests. They did their job swimmingly, perfectly. They became famous in their own right. It was like Howard Stern's Whack Pack, and it was like Bubba's Army on fucking, you can't even say steroids. It was way, way more than the Whack Pack and Bubba's Army. Although I like Bubba. Why did I say his name like that? I like the Bubba these days. I was actually thinking about getting him on today, but I wasn't sure if he was up. But I said, and the Jocktober thing especially, funny, brutal, at times deserved, because there's a lot of really, really bad radio out there. But I said it earlier. I said the Pests will turn on us eventually. And that always scared me. I'm like, we're giving them too much fucking power, man. Eventually they're going to get very, very big heads. And eventually what happens with anything that's popular, eventually it's not as popular. And then your own audience that lifted you up and brought you to the plateau of radio, that same audience, the hardcore guys, are going to take you out. I always knew it in the back of my head. And then when we did the Jocktober, I realized, oh my God, these guys are capable of pure evil. And fast forward a bunch of years, a lot of those guys that were hardcore Opie and Anthony fans absolutely turned on, certainly turned on me, certainly turned on Anthony, certainly turned on Jimmy, and certainly turned on a whole bunch of other people associated with the radio show. So in the back of my mind when we were doing Jocktober, I'm like, oh boy, eventually this is going to turn on us. My God. I don't know what I could have or would have done differently, but it just goes with the territory.